Things. Hello, darling hearts. It's GAPS coach Emma back again on GAPS retreat in Normandy with the delightful Victoria, whose surname escapes me completely. Bearhart, is it?
No, it's hello. It's Bernard. It's
Bernard.
kind
Okay.
of French, Dutchish.
I know Vicky as Vicky from Balanced Cooking from Instagram, and we were in contact from Instagram. And Vicky's been on retreat for the last 2 weeks with me.
It's nearly 3 weeks.
It's nearly 3 weeks now, except the last week has been you as a woofer, as a workawayer, helping me on site with the gardening, with the cooking, with the cleaning. Just like, thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you so much. So, what's interesting about this particular retreat is that Vicky has had bulimia nervosa for 12 years, which involves binging and purging, which I'm sure people will know all about. But since she's been here on retreat, there's been none of that. And we've been going through a very interesting process with Dr. Natasha's protocol for eating disorders, which involves taking a lot of amino acids and some different amino acids at different times. So we've coined the phrase the three amigos to remember to take those particular amino acids, not with the other collagen. And we take zinc and some other what else do we do?
Vitamin B,
Vitamin B complex.
iodine.
What's it called?
Iodine.
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 Right, iodine. Lugol's iodine.
Yeah, exactly. And then some cod liver oil.
Cod liver oil. And then we're having our vitamin C in the form of squeezed lemon with some eggshell mineral mix to remineralize. So that's a kind of part of the protocol that I added on to do with oxalates, getting oxalates out. And we've also been doing some craft work and some other interesting things. And I'm so happy to be able to welcome Victoria to be able to speak with you a little bit about her experiences over the last 2 weeks and what's happened. So welcome, Vicky, and thanks for joining me. You're very brave.
Yeah, thank you, Emma. It's been a crazy 3 weeks. I've been through many emotions, many pains in my body. I got back in contact with myself. I kind of felt my soul for like a little minute last week, and it was really nice to feel. So I feel like I'm getting my strength back.
I have to say, I'm going to boast, I hope you don't mind, that Vicky's put on 2 kilos in the last 2 weeks. And I'm like, yes! And my teenagers talk about fat in a positive frame. They say, Mum, your ass is really fat, saying that is a good thing. I mean, when I was at school, that was an insult. But the kids these days seem to think that a good fat ass is a good thing. So, and then my youngster said to me the other day, I said, how are you? She said, I went on a bike ride. I went on a fat bike ride, Mum, and I really enjoyed it. And I went swimming. And so fat seems to be a compliment these days. And we've all been told that low fat is what we're supposed to do by the authorities, but actually fats and ferments, I think, is one of the key things that has helped Vicky get better and get on the path so easily these last 2 weeks. How has it been with the fats and ferments, Vicky?
It's been on my mind every day, so I think I'll take it home as a everyday task for myself. Yeah, it's been a shift as well. I was aware of fats, that is a good thing for our body, but the amount of fats that we had was particularly larger than I used to. So I was kind of scared a little bit at the beginning, and especially I didn't really know if my body could digest as much fat as we had. But then I understood how the body works and how fat is really not that hard to digest. And then the ferments really help in digestion as well. So the combination is good, and I just like it. It's tasty. We have steak with butter, and we have.
Can you list all the ferments we've been having?
Oh, okay, the ferments. So we have sour cream, we have sauerkraut, we have the vegetable medley, which is in whey, right? We had fermented drinks, which is kvass and water kefir. We had milk kefir, yogurt, whey, cream cheese,
You made
pickled radishes.
beautiful
we made.
pickled radishes. That's 10.
Pickled cucumbers we made. We just have raw apple cider vinegar. You forgot. Oh, we had some really nice onions from your friend. Pickled
onions. And we also had some fermented wild Alaskan salmon.
Oh, really? True. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
And you were just reading about Dr. Natasha making marinated meats that were kind of
raw meats, fermented in apple cider vinegar, kefir, lemon juice, spices.
We can make up our own marinades, really, can't we? Anything you like. It's raw meat, yeah.
Yeah, and that helps too, because I felt whenever I ate raw meat, it would sit with me much better than like cooked meat.
Yeah.
So I had my steaks kind of blue.
Very blue, very, very saignant, very rare, because there are enzymes in the raw meat which help us to digest them. That's why we want our egg yolks raw as possible, and most of our dairy is fermented, apart from if you cook it in or you freeze it as ice cream or something. Anyway, that was 14 ferments that you just listed then. We've done well, haven't we? And I mean, it hasn't been easy all the way. It hasn't been a completely easy ride, but Victoria's been really brave in facing her emotions. And I've been really open and accepting of being willing to take any emotions that were coming. So that I think was a good
because
freeing thing. It freed you up.
Exactly, because the nourishing part, it comes with food, but it also comes with love, kind of nourishment. And I feel that I had to nourish myself in the emotions side as well. And I just could drop everything I felt and everything I thought with Emma, and she never took it personally. So it was really interesting for me to do the work emotionally as well.
So we've been using some tools for that emotional work as well. So do you remember some of the tools we've been using?
Yeah, so Emma told me about the non-violent communication. So it's how to express your emotion without attacking someone else, right? So we've been using that. We've been using the tapping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good
Love
one.
Tapping.
It's programmed emotions from your childhood that brings up a reaction, and then you want to reprogram it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you'll get a trigger and something will give you a rise and you'll be like enraged all of a sudden, but you don't quite know why, and you know that it's not really acceptable behavior, so you think I shouldn't really be behaving like this, but you don't know why you're doing it. But what you can do is grab hold of that feeling and then tap on it. Even though I'm behaving really aggressively, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm being really aggressive and I don't know why, I deeply and completely, and you just go through it, all these this is a great one, I love this one. And breathe in between and finish off, or you do this one under your arms and this one on top of your head. But it's a little cycle, and it doesn't take very long, only takes maybe a few minutes. You can do it privately, you can go to the toilet and do it if you get triggered, or you can just go in your room and do it, or you can, just do it in the car if you get road rage or whatever. But it really helps with just owning your feelings and saying it's okay to have feelings, but not to dwell in those feelings. Because I don't know about you, but I've been living in grief for decades. When I was younger, just grief-stricken at the state of the world, and I don't know what.
The sadness came as well.
What would you say is your biggest emotion that you've had to tackle?
I think it was the abandonment.
Okay.
That I still feel, and insecurity. There's lots of anger I hold on to, and sadness. Okay, that's a lot. Maybe just...
But it's okay. It's okay to have it, because you love and accept anyway.
Exactly.
I love and accept.
So then we did some dancing most of the mornings, which is a really nice way to wake up. Because I used to hate to wake up. It was like I couldn't face another day. You could say it's like kind of depression, but whatever. So waking up with some nice music, moving your body, doesn't matter how, in every direction, just feels
a really
good.
tool.
Yeah, and then shake it off.
Yeah.
It's
Like a
something
dog.
we, yeah,
When
yeah.
when a dog. Yeah,
There's tension inside of me, I
exactly.
just kind of shake it off.
That's a great tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another great tool is just like writing in general.
Yeah.
Emma told me about the mood, food, poop diary. So it holds everything in there, so it's nice. It's like a little record.
I
Of
think
your,
you've written like a whole big fat book
Yeah,
since
I
you've
have.
been here. Like
I
literally, she's
recorded
been
everything.
absolutely everything. And that's great. And that's how we learn, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
And then if you
exactly.
have a bad day, if you have an off day, you can look at what happened yesterday and start to calibrate and go, okay, I'm not going to do this. Actually, I'm going to try. I did too much salad yesterday. You said one day. You went straight into salads quite quickly, but mostly we've been eating meat, fish, lots of stock, lots of good fats,
Some cheese,
dairy ferments,
avocado. We
had.
haven't had much fruit. We just had twice carrot apple juice.
Yeah. Which
ginger.
you felt you weren't quite ready for that.
Exactly.
But I was taking you through the stages just to show you what the stages were, and now you know what the stages are, and you can go back to stage 2 or extended stage 2, and just take it from there. You'll have no problems with that.
Yeah, so I'll say food is definitely another tool. It's a random tool, but it's definitely a tool.
Yeah.
I had in the beginning, in the first week, I had something almost every hour, every 2 hours.
That's right. Yes, Dr. Natasha suggested it might be an idea to just do liquids, because you see, and an eating disorder is an addiction to behaviors and an addiction to food.
Sure.
So impossible to just say, well, you've just got to go cold turkey and not eat food. It's not like giving up cigarettes or giving up booze or something. You've got to eat, and actually you've got to eat these really rich foods to nourish the brain, to get your perceptions in order. So what we decided was we'd do liquid diet to begin with. So that was stock or kvass, milk, or kvass, you had kvass to drink,
eggnogs.
Or eggnogs, milk, kefir, eggnogs with raw egg and raw honey, and soup for the first 3 days. That was it, wasn't it? And then we did Dr. Natasha's protocol with the amino acids and the 3 amigos. And actually, we have another tool that we haven't mentioned yet.
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce that concept?
Is the brain?
No, it's the there's the brain
That's
prime.
another one, right?
That's another tool, the brain prime. Well, you can talk about that a bit. Yes.
So the brain prime is like how to reprogram your thoughts and your judgments you have about yourself. So we looked into its specific event, and then I was just going through all my thoughts that I had. It was especially food thoughts, like, for example, how I just overeat when I'm in a big group and I just feel insecure about that. And then we used the tool of Brain Prime to switch that to a positive affirmation. And then I recorded it into my phone, and now I listen to it just before I go to bed and just before I wake up, because then you're in like in a theta kind of brain state.
Very receptive.
So I'm very receptive then. So that's a really nice one, especially because you don't have to do much. You just have to prepare it and then just plug your ear plugs in there and just lie down, and it does the work for you.
And Victoria's Brain Prime was 17 minutes long because it was in 3 different languages, because she did it in English and French and Dutch. Yeah, brilliant.
I'm not really sure in what language I'm programmed. So.
Well, so let's cover all bases. It's all good. Wonderful. No, so the other very important tool, which I think has been instrumental, and I don't know if we would have succeeded without it, actually, possibly, which is Amanita.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There's another one I had in my head. Yeah, great. Amanita is a wonder. Yeah. I'll let you introduce.
Okay, so Amanita is a powdered mushroom, the classic iconic mushroom that we all think of as completely toxic, the red one with the white spots. And I won't mention its name, just in case YouTube bots are doing a scan. I don't want anyone talking about it, but microdoses mean a 0.2 grams, which is tiny. It's like a pinch almost, and we would have it in some milk or some water made into a tea or with lemon juice, and we would do it religiously, sacred sort of consciousness, in the morning before breakfast and just before, half an hour before we went to bed, every day. And so tiny doses. But what we would do is we would sit together and sort of think about the day and what had happened, and we would say a few words to ourselves about what we were looking for and what we were hoping for next, and questions. We'd ask Amanita, we'd say, Amanita, I really would like to know the best way that I can support Vicky. Or Vicky would say, I really want to know the best way that I can just, ease into this new way of living, or whatever. And I've been really impressed by the effects, which are not very noticeable, but then when we stopped,
exactly, we had a day off, and I kind of felt agitated, didn't want to go into my day. I wasn't as engaging as I was with Amanita. And also, like, the biggest change for me is when I take it is that I wake up and I'm like, let's go, let's start this day. Perfect. So that's a really big one. And then I feel this energy to just wake up and start life, kind of thing.
And get on, instead of just opening your eyes and thinking, oh my God, is this another day? Do I have to? I've been there.
And also it gives you like this, maybe it's too late, but like this dopamine and serotonin hit. Like, I used to think about many things I had to do, but I never did it. And now it's like, let's do it and actually accomplish it.
Yes. And so Vicky's accomplished some really delightful little craft work projects while we've been, because she likes to keep busy, because a lot of her day used to be taken up by sourcing food, eating the food, and then getting rid of the food, and spending a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of energy on this addiction. So now that she's free of the addiction, she's got plenty of time on her hands. So tell us some of the things that you've made while we've been
So we did some
whittling, yes,
exactly. It's like wood carving.
I want to show people your spoon.
Oh, it's right there. I can. We did some wood carving. I made two spoons,
which is good for sauerkraut.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like we put some good spells in there. So it's a wonder spoon. I really like it. It's like really repetitive and it keeps me focused. So that's really
whittling wood.
Whittling wood. And then we did some felting.
Yeah, a little bit of felting.
That's also the same. It's like this same kind of focused little movements.
Repetitive
and creative on the same time. It's exactly with the spoon. Which I really like. And then just in general, some cooking.
Yeah, you're very creative in the kitchen. I have to say, gourmet Gap chef in the making here. I reckon she's going to be in business as a gourmet Gap chef, and maybe gourmet baby food, Gap's baby food. Who knows? Not gourmet, but just like real baby food, like none of that rubbish you get.
Save the kids.
We need to save the kids. We need to save the kids. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome.
And so what did we do? Like just went for swimming every day.
Oh yeah, we've been in the sea.
Yeah, and sunbathing. I didn't used to like it because it was boring in my head.
Yeah.
But now I can just sit back and enjoy.
Well,
and
also
feel the water.
When there was a sunny day, we would wake up and sun gaze on the balcony and sort of really let the sun really come into our being, and that was a very grounding and
very grounding,
inspiring thing to do. And it's actually part of the protocol to get your skin in the sun, to get the vitamin D flowing, and just relax, because with no relaxation, with no real rest, there is no healing, really. And really, although we've been laughing and joking about this, 12 years with the condition that you've had is really kind of life and death kind of state to be in. It's like it's not easy. It's been a massive challenge, and I salute you because you've really taken it really seriously. I mean, I know you've had lots of other treatments before, but I think you've really all of those things have led up to this moment, and I think this moment is pivotal, and that things have really switched around now.
It is. It's food is really important. I've done some treatments, especially in like a treatment center as well, and it's crazy what kind of food you get there. So there's a big emotional part where they work on, which is really nice, but then the food part is just, it just makes you more sick. So last time it wasn't really a success. I just I got back into my eating disorder right away, but I feel this time my body gets nourished from inside out, so I don't have these urges and these cravings for sugar. The only craving I have is honey, kind of thing, and honey's really good.
Honey's okay. Honey's okay on GAP, so that's really good.
So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, I feel like once you get nourished and you have this stability a little bit, and I'm getting that feeling a little bit. I think recovery or whatever treatment in general would be more successful.
Yeah. Well, Vicky's got a lot of tools in her toolbox now, and whilst we don't ever know what tomorrow will bring, and we also know that when people fall off the horse or fall off the wagon, you just got to get straight back on it, you know, if you really want to live your life and claim sovereignty, you know, and really enjoy your life. I think that it's been an amazing couple of weeks for me. It's been an experience for me, as well as I hope a good experience for you. I've really enjoyed myself, and thank you for being brave enough to contact me, because Vicky contacted me and went, I've got bulimia nervosa and I want to come and work with you. And I was like, well, I don't really know, because I haven't ever done it before, but we could give it a try. What do you reckon? You know, and she was like, yeah, come on, let's do it, because she was so ready, you know, and I was really ready as well. Just perfect timing, really. So congratulations on this lovely this lovely 2 weeks, and well done for being so brave as to tackle these things.
And I can't say how much grateful I am for this experience, because as Emma said, she just took on this experience without any previous experience. So and it was a really good match, and Emma is like a really good therapist. She helps you with everything. Like she can help you with anything. You just have a question and she knows something and it helps. And every little step has been a huge change for me. And it's a life-changing it's a life-changing, I don't know, it's not even experience, just a life-changing moment, right? She said yesterday, it's not another random course you take. This is a pivot.
This is it. This is the pivot. Yeah.
And this is it. And my heart is really filled with love for Emma. So I really recommend working with Emma.
Thank you, darling. I hope you've got some benefit from listening to this little conversation, and do let people know that there are solutions out there if they have. You know, that there are ways and means, and Dr. Natasha's done a great job, and you know, and we can make it work. Thank you so much.
Don't make sugar manage your life.
Don't let sugar manage your life. I'll leave you with that one. Thank you.
Thank you.